Good morning, my friends, and welcome to this episode of Healing Your Codependency. I'm Marshall Berkshire, and I'm your guide in helping you stop fixing yourself, start loving yourself, so you can go out and create a life you enjoy. Today, we're going to be talking about the topic of does approval equal permission for you? So we'll be jumping into that here in a moment. Just as a reminder, there's a support community available for you, the Heal Your Codependency support community. The link is above on Facebook, below on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let me know, guys, your experience, what we're of the topic today. Just share in the comments. Okay, let's jump in. So, does approval equal permission for you? So, who here pursues or chases approval? Who thinks they need approval in order to feel worthy, to have permission to do something, to have something, or be something? Because I did. And sometimes I still do. This is something that I work with quite a bit because it was deeply ingrained in me that approval was the objective with my behaviors, my choices, and actions. It was the thing I had to consider first and foremost, because if I didn't, then rejection would happen, and rejection meant I did not have worth. I did not have value. And then I would be alone. I'd be ostracized. I would not have connection. I would not have friends. I would not be included. And that was really terrifying. Further, there could be bigger consequences than that if I didn't achieve approval with certain people at certain times. And so this seeking of approval was partly how I survived the chaotic and unstable and painful, threatening nature of my childhood. And it's going to play the same role in your world, likely, in that approval is a means to trying to create safety, connection, and a sense of value identity. Those three necessities that we're constantly craving and choosing and cultivating in our life, because we need them all the time, and codependency is a strategy for meeting them and caring for them. And now you're here to learn a different strategy making that happen. So one thing codependency does frequently is it externalizes power and authority into other people. So other people, places, and things or conditions have authority over us in our thinking. We think that we're worthy when this happens and we're unworthy when that happens. We believe that the good things that happen to us are something we earned. The bad things are something that we earned. There's a lot of conditions and permissions that can be attached to these things. I grew up in a culture that says that everything that happens in your life is a reflection of your worthiness or your unworthiness. And those are always in flux based on what you choose and do. So if I was having bad things happen, there's some part of my life where I have done something bad or harmful or sinful, and now I have to make up for it and then become worthy again, and that'll stop happening. It was that kind of transactional, magical thinking that was going on there. This conditioned me to think and believe that other people and their approval had a lot of power and authority over me, that I could only do, be, and have the things I wanted if I got their acceptance, if I got their permission. And this is something we do a lot in codependencies. We think approval equals permission. Permission to be ourselves, permission to do things, permission not to do things. And it's a form of external validation where we're seeking that kind of permission through someone else's perspective. So if this is you, it's normal. It's how you survived. It's how you coped with what was going on for you in your experience. So what do we do about this? Well, first of all, we need to acknowledge that it's happening. We need to be like, okay, I'm trying to find so-and-so's approval. Maybe I'm trying to find Marshall's approval. Maybe I'm trying to find my spouse's approval or my mom or my dad's or a deity's approval or whatever. Once we acknowledge that we're trying to do that, we can come back to and care for this need we have for safety, connection, and value identity. What we're really looking for is a reassurance. Oh, am I worthy? Am I going to be loved? Am I going to be kept by doing this? Or if I don't do this, am I going to be valued? Am I going to be safe? So let's acknowledge that. Hey, yeah, I have this fear that I might lose this connection, and that might mean I fear that means I'm not lovable, right? We're now tapping into the meaning or significance we apply to other people's approval and rejection and to the outcomes we experience. This helps us start to dismantle the programming we have around approval and around what keeps our personal authority tangled up with other people's perspectives. Then we can start to care and regulate, or care for the emotions we have, regulate the nervous system activations we go through, bringing more care and more love to our actual experiences, both past, present, and future. This is one of the big challenges with detangling from approvals. We have to build capacity to handle the discomfort of disappointment and people not liking what we did, what we chose, what we have, what we do, what we don't do, choose, and have. And that starts with this nurturing of our capacity through nervous system regulation. If you want to learn more about that, check out the Essentials playlist here on YouTube, because it's going to give you some tools and practices to help nurture that. Once we're building capacity there, we can build space for tolerating the discomfort that comes from other people being disappointed, upset, or disagreeing with our perspective or our choices. This allows us to experience autonomy from them. And that allows us to also experience the validity and legitimacy of our power and our personal authority despite what they think and feel. Because other people are intrinsically not authorities. I'm not an authority over your world. They aren't. You are. You are the sovereign authority over your world. This gives you a chance to start experiencing and understanding that, so that you can further embody that power and use your power to direct your life. So in the Essential Codependency Healing Trainings, I give you the foundation of this. So we talk about this, we explore it, I give you practices. One of those practices is the right to take up space, the right to occupy space and use resources your way, which is a big expression of your personal authority. So that's the crucial component in this. When we stop giving other people authority over us and we start acting from our own innate, inborn authority, our own choice and action towards the things we want, we no longer need permission. Instead, we communicate that, hey, this is what's going to happen. Here's what I'm doing. We inform rather than ask for permission. And that allows us to create and act on our own behalf. I'll caveat here, if you're in a relationship and there's something you're going to do that will impact the other person, you need to discuss it with them, gain agreement on that, and then go act and execute. But if this is something that's personal to your world, like I choose to go buy a pink car, I don't need to go get my neighbor's permission to buy a pink car, even if they hate pink, right? It's not their yard, it's mine. This further centers you in your yard, centers you in your power, and it leaves them to their power to do whatever they want. This is how we find real freedom from codependency and the momentum and direction we need in order to become more of who we are and create things that matter to us. So that's the work here. So I'll give you a what shifts question to start with. So what shifts if you trust just a bit that it's okay not to seek anybody's permission for what you want to do in your life? And allow whatever comes up to come up. And whatever does come up, that's the work. Care for the emotions, follow the inspiration, and let's see what you create. Now, if you want deeper help on making this happen in your world, you want to understand better what your codependency is, you want help in regulation, you want help in managing and navigating your emotions, you want actual traction and healing in your codependency where you start to feel more peace, more relief, and more clarity in your life, come join me in the Essential Codependency Healing Trainings. The course starts this coming Sunday. Enrollment closes on Saturday, so you've just got a few days left. Some details on it. It's 8 weeks long. It's taught at 12 p.m. Mountain Time on Sundays. You have lifetime access to the recordings and to the live classes because I teach this several times throughout the year. And you get a printable PDF, course PDF for your homework. Homework lasts 20 to 60 minutes a week. Class lasts about 1 to 2 hours, depending on the module. So come join us. You get lifetime support through my online secure student community and via email. So come join us for that. The link is above on Facebook, below on YouTube, and on my website at freetheself.com if you're listening via podcast. So you have until Saturday to enroll in this. So come join us. Otherwise, let me know your thoughts on today's episode, my friends. Go gently with yourselves, and I will see you in our next episode. Bye-bye.